She brings a strong academic Western background together with a strong sense of self. She is leading the way to bring all of this together.
In order to know where you'd like to go in life, it's good to have a strong foundation.
Crystal Tulley-Cordova.
She's from this land.
We've lived in this area for generations. We know the mountains, we know the valleys, they know us.
You always identify yourself with your clans, and I'm from Blue Gap, Arizona, and Tulley-Cordova, New Mexico. That's where my mother and father are from, and that led me to where I want to go in life.
As a toddler, Crystal Tulley-Cordova grew up in her grandmother's house not far from Gallup, New Mexico. With no running water, water here is precious still today.
Not being able to waste it is very important.
Crystal was raised as she's raising her own children, surrounded by grandparents, by consistent support, and with the focus on self-reliance. Growing up, Crystal and her sisters didn't have a TV or many toys.
They end up playing with twigs, and then they would pretend like, that was their sheep. I think that that's really, really important in children's creativity.
That was really important for me to understand, is for them to explore, not necessarily gender-based, but basically looking at the God-given talents, the earth-maker talents that they have been blessed with.
In 4th grade, Crystal won the school science fair with a water filtration project. In college, she grew interested in groundwater, was involved with AISES, and earned a PhD in geology.
Water really excited me. As Native people, we always think about and talk about how everything's related. So is the case with water. What I do now is actually looking at the thumbprint of water. The hydrogen and oxygen variations of water. So I examine water across the Navajo Nation. I have over 200 wells that I look at water, and I have 40 different precipitation sites that I monitor. And then I have multiple springs, multiple lakes and streams.
Her research confirmed that most of the tribe's groundwater is recharged by precipitation in winter, not summer.
It's relatively easier to get a PhD in the Western system than to come home and make sense of all of that, right? We all get stuck in our lanes, we all get stuck in our ruts, and when we come home, there's no lane, right? Because we're living life holistically. And Crystal's going to lead the way.
Today, Dr. Tulley-Cordova is the principal hydrologist for the Navajo Nation, juggling multiple water priorities.
If we're talking about complicated interstate stream commissions, complicated legal settlements, to let's just get Indian Health Service to build a clean drinking water system to somebody's home. Those are a wide range of skills and technical abilities, and she can jump among all of them.
In response to the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Tulley-Cordova helped establish clean water stations across the reservation.
They were constructed in communities that didn't have a pre-existing watering point, so these are called transitional watering points, and provide an opportunity for people who live in home without pipe waters to gain access to water.
From the moment I met Crystal, I noticed she was very driven with her schooling, with her research.
Dr. Tulley-Cordova is all at once dealing with COVID-related water needs, chronic drought, and water rights. A water protector continuously bridging two worlds.
Springs are very sacred to the Navajo people. They are places that you make prayers and offerings. It's also scientifically just a really unique area.
I was just amazed just how smart she is, just how passionate she is. And as soon as she said who her parents were, I knew. I was like, oh, now I get it. Now I see where she came from.
Amado Janotlinigi, we thank you. Waited ego koto abiyahos ato na notkino dit ashin la to olthandinigi la kont ego nahanat ajo kwake tonagai tope ana anishit hande dit ego benhika dilwas nigo hot ego shit hande hot ae benanish yosinla.
First grade.
Her dad still has schoolwork Crystal did in 1st grade, about the same age her son is now. There are cycles, Seasons of how family generations live their commitment, collaborating, serving, and sustaining.
Lila do Earl Tulley Shamadoshaja'e.
We are in the winter of our seasons. Then Crystal is in the summer of her season. She's going to bloom and she's going to blossom. It reflects on this particular community. And they will ask and say, who is that person? And they'll just say, this is the mother and this is the father. These are the grandparents and these are the clans that they do come from.
Fulfillment comes because of what I end up teaching to my children, to make differences in the lives of people.
And for me, I consider it an honor to protect and manage water resources across the Navajo Nation, because without water, we are not able to survive.